It is official. Josh Uche is in Kansas City. He should be practicing with the Chiefs today on Tuesday. And we are going to dive into the tape. Why the Chiefs felt this was the move to make at the right time when you've got injuries mounting in the secondary and at wide receiver. What is he going to bring to this defense that they don't necessarily have this year that maybe they had in years past? Let's all talk about it today on RGR Football. My name is Daniel Harms, senior film analyst, and like I said, we are going through the tape of former Michigan Wolverine, former New England Patriot, Josh Uche. He's wearing number 55 in New England. We'll see what he wears in Kansas City, because that would be kind of cool to have another 55 on the defense, if I remember that correctly, if that number is still available at the moment. But all we know right now is the Chiefs decided that they needed somebody to help give this pass rush a little bit of oomph. And that is something that he's absolutely going to provide. So if you guys are new to the channel, please hit that sub button right now and become a part of Rogue Nation here. And then allow me to earn a like from you as we get through the tape here, learn a little bit about what it is to be a true pass rusher, an artist at the position. And then check out our friends over at Autograph, where Ryan and I will put out specific exclusive content just for Autograph members, as well as those halftime chats that we all know the last couple of times. So let's go ahead and dive into it, because like I said, we want to know more about this pass rusher, why the Chiefs decided this was the time to do it, and what he's going to bring. So the first thing we're going to look at here, just effort, right? How often do you see players in Kansas City make plays based on effort? You see it all the time. And that type of speed, the type of power, the type of willingness to just run across the field here. You see how fast he is. He closes on Brock Purdy, getting to the ends, to the sideline right there. That's what I like about this guy right here, because he's not even really a part of the play. He's going to chase down Brock Purdy all the way across the formation. He doesn't make a play here. I'm not a huge fan of him on stunts, and that's a good thing, because the Chiefs don't really stunt a lot. It's more of just pure pass rush. So the ability here, again, is you see the speed, you see the closing speed, the ability to, really the want to go and make a play there, at least help get him out of bounds a little bit early, is what I love to see. And then you've got a little bit of the athletic ability of Josh Uche, something that I really loved. The offense is trying to get a little screen to the outside. You see how he just kind of twirls around? Like, that's awesome. He's a very well-coached player. You know, they learn a lot of stuff in New England. He was under Bill Belichick for 3 seasons, and now you see right here, quick, but it's efficient movement, right? He could take this and turn around this way, but you want to know what that does? It puts him in position to then be behind the play. You don't want to be behind the play. You want to be in front of the play. So he spins around this way, knowing that he's going to be with that pass catcher, with the ball carrier, so he can go make a play on it. He's got some pretty long arms as well, but he's a really good athlete. So what I'm excited to see is how he can adapt his game, like we're seeing right now, the different things that he does well from an athletic standpoint, play recognition standpoint, because while he is a pure pass rusher, Steve Spagnuolo and defense and company are not going to ask him to only be on the field on third downs. You're going to play more. You're going to be asked to do far more. So him being able to play like this, recognize the pass, he plays with a high energy level, high effort. So even against the run, hopefully you see him play a little bit more, maybe not on first downs as much, but second, third downs for sure. And then really what I'm interested in is how the Chiefs will unlock him from a blitzing perspective, because we know that Spags is going to blitz. How are you going to create those one-on-ones? What is he going to do when he's able to get into space, take advantage of some of that? Well, we know he's a fast player, and he just moves very differently than any other pass rusher that Kansas City has on the edge, not named Chris Jones. So this is just taking advantage of space, right? You're blitzing off this end right here, which you're going to get the tackle for Miami to come over here. And what you find out after watching 88 snaps of a pass rusher is that there's a lot of different things that they can do. But from a space style perspective, he's very good at taking advantage of space. So right here, he's going to just knife inside, and then he's going to avoid the block from the running back that's coming at him here. You got running back coming out here to block, but you see how he just kind of knifes his way inside to that B gap first, squares up the running back, and then just swims over him to get close to the quarterback, moving him off a spot throwing this football across his body to the opposite side of the field where it should have been picked off by New England. So I love what he's able to do from that movement standpoint. And if you can create one-on-ones with running backs, with other players that aren't tackles, I think he's got a huge advantage. You see, again, running right here into the inside of that B gap. When you have the tackle having to go outside, boom, comes inside, he gets square, and then he just kind of swims around him. So very special type of mover, and not something, again, we've seen in Kansas City over the past couple of seasons at edge specifically. Now let's talk about him from a pure pass rush standpoint, okay? So we've talked about the effort, a little bit of play recognition, a little bit of how he's going to be used, especially in those NASCAR blitz packages, things that Spags wants to do. What's his tool bag like? Where are his hands? How good is he as a pass rusher? Well, you've got a couple of different things working right here. He's not like I mean, he's fast get off. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't look fast, right? It looks smooth rather than anything because he plays a lot from a 2-point stance. I'll be interested to see what he does in Kansas City, but a lot of times 2-point stance, and then he just follows it up with speed to the edge right there. See how he gets upfield, and then he just kind of chops with his inside hand and dips that shoulder. He's got good bend. He has very good shoulder awareness. As you see, most tackles, what they want to do when you have a guy who's rushing more of this outside angle right here, that wide 9-ish position, what they want to do, especially when you get a parallel with them, they want to take those hands and attack the inside shoulder, because then they can push you down, they can push you out. So he's very aware of what's happening in that regard. So right there, that's why you see you see the chop. He's trying to get hands on that shoulder. So what is he going to do? Well, one, we chop the hand away so you actually don't make that contact. And then he's going to dip underneath that contact right there. So shoulder comes down, he's able to come around. And when you have a bunch of pocket collapsers like the Chiefs do, and honestly right now, FAU, who's playing, I think, better football, you have George Karlaftis. Sometimes you have defense tackles like Mike Pinnell or Derek Nottie on the field. And at times, Chris Jones taking up double teams, being more of a pocket collapsing. You can get a guy like Josh Uche in a one-on-one situation where he's coming around the edge and forcing your quarterback up into those players. So that's what you really want. Someone that creates quick separation, gets into the backfield quickly, and then you can let your other guys that went a little bit later in, Malik Herring, George Karlaftis, things like that. You get them into the quarterback, and I think that's really what you want to do. So he's going to provide some really nice quick ability, and here you're going to see him use that shoulder dip. Just boy, man, this, I know it was completed, but this is so fast. He's such an artist at the pass rushing position that he's really developed not just really good hand usage, hand timing, speed to power, but this shoulder dip can be absolutely effective. And you see how he's able to just kind of corner around the edge right there. So everything that he does has a purpose. He has a plan. And that's the one thing that I really appreciate about him, is that he doesn't ever really look like he's not in a plan of attack, except for a couple of times where the counters don't come through all the way. But right here, he's got a plan. You see, there's that chop again, but the shoulder, he just misses him completely. He's able to get that quarterback hit right there with the pressure on Aaron Rodgers. So those really quick hands, a good plan of attack, in the shoulder dip, and you see him kind of get down like that. He's able to corner at the same time. I really appreciate that type of athletic ability that he provides from a defensive end, outside linebacker type of role. In Kansas City, he will be playing edge for sure, not outside linebacker, but you can move him around and blitz him just from anywhere you want to. And then he's a very crafty player. This is a third down, right? We know that the Chiefs want to rush maybe a little bit more from a 4 pass rusher perspective, and they're not always getting a ton of pressure when they do. So they have the 4-man rush right here. And then what they want is they're just going to try to get, that quarterback to throw the football to the flat, or you get a sack, right? That's always what you want to do. You want to throw the football to the flat, the hot read, and then rally and tackle on third longish, right? So that's exactly what we get here. But watch the intentionality. He's going to kind of square himself up after the get off and force that tackle inside. And what that does is it creates a quicker arc, right? A shorter arc plan of attack for him. So you see that tackle right there. Here's we got leg outside. And then, again, you have Josh Uche, who's going to come down in this direction towards him, back the tackle up right there. As he moves that outside shoulder, outside leg down, and then extends. So outside leg down, looks to extend out right here. this is where Josh makes his move because he's got that outside edge now, right? Even though you have the running back here, he's not really going to come to you. He's not really going to hit you. So you time it to the point right there where he kind of leans into the tackle, leans into that, and attacks that outside hip and that outside leg. Now that it's behind him, he's created that arc around him. He rips underneath and through and is able to get pressure on the quarterback, forcing this out to the flat where it's rally tackle, fourth down. That's the type of move and type of willingness to really attack a tackle, really move him off his spot, right? You got hands to the inside. He's really stretching himself out a little bit here. But the plan, right? It's the plan to be able to come inside initially first and then shimmy, hesitate, give that tackle a little bit of something, and then he looks to create that inside angle, right? Stab with his outside hand, which is what you want to do, but he uses it against him, and then he comes underneath, rips through, and then you see he keeps that outside hand free, does a nice job of being able to get it close to the quarterback and create this pressure as well as forcing that football out.
Want to tell you a little bit about our newest sponsor, Autograph. It's the greatest concept. It's a free app that curates all the best content for your Chiefs in one spot. And it lets you earn rewards for interacting with the content that you already want to watch. So check out Autograph. It's a free app download. You can get it at the link down below or use our code RGR when you do. And that helps us help you get the rewards that you deserve from Autograph.
If I had to give him a go-to move, right, something he does pretty much all the time as much as possible, it's his speed to power. Here you're going to see him put the tackle for the Bengals on his butt. There's a rep on my Twitter from last year where the Chiefs played the New England Patriots, and it's him putting his arm, really speed to power, and getting his arm, just one hand extended into the chest of Wanya Morris and putting him on the ground again. He's got fantastic timing with his hands, and it can be two hands or it can be one hand. He has a long arm as well. You guys can see that he's got legitimate power in his hands, and he doesn't really need like a true get off to go speed to power. Right here, he just kind of explodes into the tackle, and it's that hesitation. It's that creation of where is he going to go? What's he going to do that puts both feet on the ground, squares the tackle, and then you can see him explode into him. Right here, you'll see him hesitate. And then boom, he's right there. He's in him so quickly that it's over. And then he's on the ground. And then Joe Burrow doesn't know what to do, throws the football, and it's all over, right? The play's over. It's dead. So it quickly as it starts, tackles on his butt. You got pressure on the outside. Joe Burrow's got pressure coming to the other opposite side. Ball comes down. So the quickness with which he's able to generate that speed to power and then using just hesitation move is so unique, and that's why I appreciate so much what he's able to do from a pure pass rush perspective, and why, you know, a lot of people probably asking, why was he only a 6th round pick in 2026? Well, because he was a free agent next year, and it did not appear that the Patriots had much interest in re-signing him. So if you don't have any interest in re-signing him because maybe he doesn't fit the defense that you want to run in New England going forward, you need to get something for him, right? And apparently nobody else offered as much as the Chiefs did. So you're able to do that and help out your pass rush. We talked about the hesitation, right? The speed at which he rushes and the different speeds, more importantly, with which he rushes. And that's another area that's going to be really important. This should have been an incomplete pass. There's 3 players on George Kittle, whatever. He catches it because he's George Kittle. This pass rush right here at the bottom of your screen is exactly why I think he's in Kansas City. You're going to have some long down and distance situations. The Chiefs love to get long down and distance situations. And we've kind of seen over the past couple of weeks, specifically against the Raiders, where you didn't get much truly quick pressure. Guys were not able to take advantage of one-on-one situations. Josh Uche can take advantage of one-on-one situations. Really nice job. Again, kind of more of a push, almost like a wide receiver with a push release where he kind of comes off a little bit, pushes towards the tackle, squares him up, gives him that shoulder shimmy. We see it right there, right there. He squares up, and then he uses the shoulders right, and he's so quick about it. Inside, outside, push. There comes the bye. Basically just push and then pull, right? Not even real pull, but just like push and swipe, where he's by him so quickly. Then he gets that pressure and the quarterback hit on Brock Purdy. And this should have been an incomplete pass because of Josh Uche forcing that football out a little bit before maybe he wanted to. But you see how quickly he can get underneath arms and manipulate guys doing exactly what he wants to do. That's the definite and the real reason why I think he's in Kansas City, because when you have those one-on-one situations, he's going to be a guy, even with a 4-man rush, 5-man rush, that you can get in those positions and he can take advantage of it. And it's not somebody that they have right now in Kansas City. So that's the big reason why he's here. A true pass rusher that can help out Chris Jones. When you line them up next to each other, whether he's playing outside, Chris Jones is playing inside, that is something you really want to create more of. And at the end of the day, he's going to have a couple of times where the counter moves don't come through, but he's able to still get after the quarterback. Right here, you're going to see the power once again. Comes around, he stops, and then he puts his head down. Look at what he does to this tackle. He's a little bit high, but look, he kind of buckles him just a little bit. He buckles that tackle down and turns him inside. So he wants to go right around, right? He wants to just kind of get underneath here. Thank you very much for the guard. Guard's going to kind of push him out there right here. Just going to push him to the quarterback. Whoops, high. I think he even kind of looked to the inside a little bit, but then he does a nice job using his long arms and taking down the quarterback. So you see that power all over the tape. You see the speed all over the tape. You see the quickness, the ability to really be a true pass rushing artist with multiple different moves, great quick hands, powerful hands, and the ability to take advantage of one-on-one situations. The most important factor, though, his best season came in 2022 when he was a predominantly right outside linebacker facing off against left tackles. Okay. That was when he was at his best. And he's been at his best almost over the last 2 seasons when he's playing over the left tackle. Where does George Karlaftis rush in this defense? Predominantly over the right tackle. That opens up the left tackle spot for a pass rusher. And that's why we see Chris Jones out there. But if you can put him on the inside and get one-on-ones, I mean, look at what he can do. Look at how quick and smooth he moves. This is such a quick win against Tyrone Smith that Aaron Rodgers doesn't even know what to do. The ball doesn't come out because whoop, inside, outside kind of Euro step. He has a ghost move. We've seen that that shoulder dip, the hands. He has a total package. And I think that his acquirement could help a guy like Felix Anudike-Uzomah. You see how quickly he moved that tackle off a spot, inside, outside. When you are an athlete against good athletes. Now, tackles, offensive linemen are some of the best athletes on the field. I fully believe that. But when you are this type of athlete right here, and you can move, I mean, Tyrone Smith, older now, right? He's older now. It's not his fault. Right there, he attacks. You got jump set inside, stops him. So he puts this foot, right, goes to the inside on that right foot. So now you have a little bit of momentum going to the inside, and then he comes back outside. So you got to try to match, right, with that outside foot and that outside hand. And unfortunately for Tyrone Smith, he's unable to do so. And right there, boom, slap down away. I'm underneath, and I'm going to close for the tackle. So I do think his impact in Kansas City could be felt far more than just past this season, or excuse me, than just this season. It could be felt because I think that FAU, for everything that he is, he's gotten better this year. I think he's closer to pass rush wise what Josh Uche is at this point with his hands. He needs to be better with his hands, but he's got more in his tool bag than George, than Malik Herring, and Mike Dana. That's what he should be doing. And I think this would be a good opportunity for the last part of the season all the way through to the Super Bowl, which is why they went out and got him. They believe he can help him win that, is to help not only win football games, get sacks, and create pressure, but to help develop Felix as a true, real pass rusher. He's got the run defense down, I think now. The strength is there. Now develop more of the quickness because he's a good athlete. He looks a little bit less like an athlete that he was coming out, in large portion because he had to put on some weight to help defend against the run. So that's really the book on Josh Uche after 88 snaps. I watched all 88 snaps that he played as a pass rusher in New England, and now he will be in Kansas City helping out the pass rush. Just imagine when you get back Charles Omenihu, you've got him on the field with Josh Uche, George Karlaftis, and Chris Jones. That's a dangerous 4-man rush. And then you put Spags blitzing, I don't know, Trent McDuffie, Justin Reed, Chamari Connor. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch. Now, Josh Uche is not going to be a guy that dominates football games. Like, he's not going to be out there 100% of snaps, just consistently dominating. He's going to be playing a little bit. He's going to be a rotation. So if he just takes a little bit of time to get going, just let it happen. He's going to get better and better with Joe Cullen and C. Spagnuolo calling shots. So I'm excited about this. I mean, there's a small chance that he stays in Kansas City after that, but they have a logjam at defensive end. So we'll see how that goes. But I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown of the speed, athletic edge rusher now in Kansas City, whose name is former Wolverine Josh Uche. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited because he's absolutely going to help out the pass rush and the defense, which by extension will help the corners and the young players back there get better over time. I, again, hope you guys have yourselves a great rest of your day. Ryan and I will have more content for you throughout the week. You know, he's going to have his video for Wednesday, Gary on Thursday, back with the game plan on Friday. And then don't forget to check out our friends at Autograph for the exclusive content before game time and then at halftime with that chat. Have a great day, everybody.